Walk me through the origins of not only Hockey Night in Scottsdale, but Missing Curfew.
So Hockey Night in Scottsdale, obviously I do that with my buddy Bob Gucci, who is the Heat Daddy on Twitter. Been an ex personality for years, local guy here in Scottsdale.
Can we just say he was
And
one of the OGs when it came to like throwing up a
y-
little bit of hockey related comedy?
yes, absolutely. And I've been following him since I was probably he's a year older than me, but probably like dating back to my Sioux City USHL days. And like when Twitter first kind of was popping, I was like, who is this guy? Because he's kind of tweeting different things I'm thinking, or he seems like a cool guy I'd want to hang out with. So fast forward to, when I moved down here in 2020, he was a local guy, and if you were out one night a week, he was out seven. So I'd always run into him because he was always, around the hockey guys, had, good relationships with not only Coyotes guys, but just guys that were down here training the off season. So I would see him out. We would hang out a little bit. Well, we weren't really like, real buddies or anything. I'd see him out. We'd text a little bit here and there. And then when I got done playing, I kind of just launched this idea or kind of pitched this idea at him. He was doing a different podcast at the time, but it wasn't really hockey related. I'm like, man, you got this big hockey following. You're hilarious. What if we started doing like an alt cast, like once a week, where we just kind of hung out in the stream and talk shit with people, get different guests on, and watch one game a week where it's like the Hockey Night in Scottsdale game of the week. So we started doing that last year, and we had pretty good results or feedback, and started to see a little bit of a climb in terms of our viewership. So we parlayed that into doing live shows where we kind of targeted our 5 or 6 biggest cities where we saw people watching. So we went up to North Dakota, where my alum was the first ever show. Then we did Cowboys, obviously, in Calgary. We did New York City, St. Louis, and Buffalo. And yeah, man. And then we're like, okay, well, we kind of reevaluated after year one, like, how can we really ramp this thing up? And we started doing podcasts and vlog series where we do different things, like, the one on Halloween where we wore full gear at Texas Roadhouse and then went to the roller rink. Just different things. Like, we wanted to kind of provide not only hockey, but just comedy stuff in general, where we're coming up with skits or it's bits we're doing, and then parlay that with the live shows. So I think we're still trying to figure out exactly what Hockey Night in Scottsdale is. The running joke is this is a hockey show that talks nothing about hockey, but our fans and viewers seem to love it. And then Missin Curfew just kind of came along with doing different things with Hockey Night in Scottsdale. Obes, I never knew him, but I knew Scotty Upshaw. I play with him in St. Louis, so it was a pretty easy transition when they were like, hey, we're looking to add a guy. We've been looking at you as a free agent for the last year. Would you want to come on the show? I'm like, absolutely, let's do it. So that's been a blast this year doing Missing Curfew with those guys, because that's more hockey talk. Yeah, we do have fun and snap it around, but it's definitely more hockey talk than you're going to find on Hockey Night in Scottsdale. So that's kind of the birth of both.
Was that a cold call? Just, hey, we've been watching you. We've been enjoying what we're seeing. Come on the show. Or is that I did a couple of interviews. It went well. The chemistry was good. Feedback was good. Come on.
Yeah, it was honestly Obes just texted me. He'd always like slide up, like you're hoping it's a girl in your DMs and you check and it would just be a dude most of the time. Well, Obes had slid up a couple of times, or throughout the year, he'd always be like, laughing at whatever we're doing or I'm doing. And yeah, it just kind of organically came into the fold of, he gave me a call like in August. He's like, do you want to come on Missing Curfew? I'm like, yeah, like, let's talk about what it would look like. Kind of went through the old game plan. Agreed on an entry-level contract, as you boys know, and you get off and running. So no, it's been a lot of fun. Even going out to Newport Beach where they are, getting in the studio, hanging out, and doing different things. They call it the Fella Tour, where we popped into different cities and done some live shows with Missing Curfew as well. So yeah, it's been a lot of fun. Those guys are the best. Obes is the best. He's hilarious. You guys would love him.
Well, Upshaw and I go way back, so at some
Yeah.
point we're going to cross paths.
Yeah, Uppy's just Uppy. He's just always buzzing, bouncing off the walls, baby. So much energy. It's like, how is this guy? He just wakes up. He's just horny. He's just moving around, doing whatever. It's like, how does this guy have so much energy? He's like 42 now with 3 kids. It's crazy. So they're both the best.
That's the Fort Mackinac, man. It never leaves, I'm telling you. Hey, more hockey content. It might be old. It might be new. It might be a full episode. It might be a half episode. But you can click these boxes because who doesn't like clicking boxes?